So if this pandemic hasn't made you reconsider any life choices, I don't know what will. So what I want to talk about in this video is how you can ball out on $2,000 a month as if you were spending like $10,000 a month. And so what I'm going to be breaking down in this video is basically the difference between living in a place like Chicago or living in Bali where you can do that. And so, obviously you got all the travel restrictions, but once places start opening up, you have places like Colombia, all these different places around the world, because so many of us now are working remote. And I want to talk to you about the numbers, right? Because realistically, if you're working remote, you're probably making about 50 plus. If you're one of those elite that live in the Bay and you're working for one of these tech companies making like 200,000 a year, you still have a budget. And some of us might want to pay off student loans. You might just want to save money. And some of us want to invest. There's so many different things. And some people might say, this is the only way that I can actually afford to live this life. And so I want to break down a few things in this video. Things in life are always more fun when you get to do them with different people, right? So I want to give you like the example. Let's say you and 3 of your friends, you got 3 of your girls or 3 of your boys, however, whatever the combination is, and you're heading to Bali, or let's say you're in Chicago and you've got a fly-ass penthouse, or you run a house in the city. And I'm doing Chicago because I'm from Chicago myself. So a place in Bali, if you rent a fly-ass place, probably gonna run you about $3 grand a month, so that's $750 a person, right? Now let's talk about in Chicago, if you get something similar with a pool and just like, a dope-ass vibe, or you get a penthouse, it's probably gonna run you about $10,000, which is about $2,500 a person. All right. Let's talk about transportation. So in Bali, the culture is actually like mopeds, and then if you want to be extra cool, you get like the motorcycle where you switch gears, and that's about $200. Mopeds will run you about $80. Now in Chicago, if you're getting like a nice ass car with gas, insurance, car payment, parking, all of that stuff, it's probably running you, $800 a month? And I want you to know, you can do things a lot cheaper, obviously in Chicago, in Bali, but I'm talking about living like a nice 4-star lifestyle, right? So I know there's gonna be people in the comments, oh my God, you can do it for so much cheaper. Yes, you can, but I'm talking about actually living good and living big. And now let's talk about food. So if you're eating out in Bali all the time, I would say about $600 a month. And if you're doing the same thing in Chicago, you're probably paying about $1,500 a month for food. Now let's talk about activities and having fun. There's so many different things that you could do. Literally, like you could take these small boats up in northern Bali for like $20 where you can see dolphins. If you want to get a nice ass in-home massage, like $15 compared to in Chicago, it'd be something like $100. But like for the month, you can spend about $350 a month on activities and have a lot of fun in Chicago. If you're doing a bunch of activities in a month, probably gonna cost you $1,500 if you're living that life. So you want to look good, stay in shape. Let's talk about the gym. You can actually get pretty good deals in Chicago for gyms. Like I know they got retro gym for like $25 a month. You can find a similar type of gym in Bali, but if you want to do group classes, this is where actually prices are similar. Like if you're doing like personalized gym class, probably $150 a month in Chicago. Bali, you're actually going to see the same thing and see something at like $150. So when you add up all these things, right? So in Bali, you're looking at about $2,000 a month. If you're doing the same thing in Chicago, you're looking at a little over $6 grand a month. Now, when you add that up for the year, in Bali, you're looking at something like a little over 20 grand, while now in Chicago, you're looking at something over 70 grand. Now, the way people's budgets are set up, not a lot of things are gonna work for the 70 grand, or you're not gonna be able to save much. Now, when you're doing that in Bali and still living an amazing lifestyle, that's what makes it so beautiful. You get to experience new culture. It's safe, it's fun. You're gonna meet other people with similar mindsets. And once you're there, you can go even visit some of these other countries that are nearby. The flights are super cheap. Now, you might be saying, damn, I'm always one in my group that's ready to do something like this. And then other people that I know are not. That was kind of like me. I was like the first person to leave out of my group, and that was over 10 years ago. It took my friends 8 years, to come visit me in Colombia. But don't let that hold you back. So one of the top requests I keep getting is, bro, I want to connect with other dope Passport Heavy members around the world. How can I do that? Or, bro, how you pay $6 grand a month for that Airbnb when I see it listed as 18 grand? What are all the details? Or, bro, what's up with the Passport Heavy merch? Or so much more. So you're gonna see a link right here. Go to this website and then opt in for the email list. And I'm gonna send you all the important updates, then how to actually connect with other Passport Heavy members and so much more. And the thing is, I encourage you also to do places in the Western world, United States, New York, wherever that is, London. But I'm just saying, you know what your budget does. I would just say act accordingly, because one of the greatest things of life is when you can have a free mind financially. It just opens up so many more things in life. I know it's been a minute. We got so many more videos on the way from all over the world. I'm excited. I just wanted to come make this little quick quarantine edition video for you. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and shout out to that man behind the camera, Mr. Yuri Ola. And then shout out to Isaiah McNeil. So many of you are always in the comments like, yo, what's that track? Please, I'm going crazy. How can I find that track? And I was actually literally just talking to him, and stay tuned. We might have like an iTunes, Spotify, Passport Heavy, instrumental music vibe coming soon. But anyways, man, make sure you go follow that boy. Make sure you hit us up on Passport Heavy. We got so many more things. And if you want to see something new, content that you want to learn about, let us know. We really pay attention to the comment. We appreciate you. Much love.